All right, let's jump into some teaching technique here that we use here with our releases here at Mississippi Gulf Coast. As you can see here, this is the first thing we teach these guys is stance. We got to make sure that we understand the stance that we're going to get in as far as 75-25 or 50-50 when we talk about press coverage. Now you can see here there's some key notes here on the side here. What we want to be able to do, we want to be able to get our chest and our knees over our toes. Now this right here helps us eliminate our chest from the DB, and at the same time, what it helps us to do is get into more of an explosive stance when we talk about 75-25. And when I'm saying 75-25, that means I want 75% of my weight on that front leg, 25% of that weight on my back leg. Now, we also ask the receivers to keep the feet straight ahead. A lot of them like to turn the feet inside. And when you do that, we all know that as soon as the ball snaps, we got to correct ourselves before we take off. So why not get our feet pointed straight ahead? Also, we got to teach the guys to get their eyes inside to watch the ball. So I want to be able to see the ball, but at the same time, see that defender out of my peripheral vision. So as soon as the ball is snapped, my eyes go straight on that defender, working on my release or working on blocking. Now, we want to talk about eliminating false steps. Now, we use that term real lightly, but especially when we talk about press coverage. Now, off coverage, hey, we shouldn't be no false steps. We should be coming off the ball full speed, closing that cushion between me and that defender. Again, explosive. We want to be explosive off the ball. I want every stance to look the same. If it's run or it's pass, we must be explosive coming off the ball. Now here is a clip on the stance. Now, I like to be very detailed in what we're doing, especially when we don't have a defender out there and we're trying to polish our game. So right here, what we're going to do is we want to work on our stance right here and our get off. So as you can see, I got that front foot right there where the gold meets the blue, because I want his toes pointed straight ahead. And that back leg is where the white meets the green. So now I know for sure that we don't have our legs, our feet in a straight line. I got a base, a good base. So now what I want to do is I want to get that toe, that knee over the toe along with that chest, so I can be in that explosive stance. So this stance right here is based on off coverage. I'm coming off the ball and I'm trying to get on that defender toes. Now I got this shoot right here, also about 1.5 yards out front, because I wanted them to train themselves coming off the ball low and very explosive coming off the ball. Let's get into this release. All right, eyes inside. I need to be able to see that defender out of my peripheral vision. Ball snap, I need to come off. Got to come off full speed. When the ball is snapped, I got to come off full speed and closing that cushion. Now, I would love to see that individual open his hands and not be so tense out of that release as well. Now, we talk about releases. This here is just one of the 9 releases that I teach, and I call this here as a dive release. So what I'm doing is I'm asking this receiver to get outside. I want to get outside. Now, as you can see, the DB is trying to, play whole man in this situation right here, but more so, I would say more so shaded inside based on his stance. Now, I want this receiver to release outside. Now, his eyes is inside looking at the ball right now. Now, he should be able to see him out of his peripheral vision, out of that right eye. See what he's doing. If he's making any moves, because I tell the receivers, what we have to do is check his shell. And when we talk about checking the shell, is we talk about the edge, his stance. How's he standing? He's standing is he straddling? His feet is straddled. His feet is one behind the other, ready to punch us in the chest and bail. I mean, we got to check his stance. Next, we need to check his hands. Where is his hands at? Is his hands down inside between his legs, hands outside, or his hands up? Because if his hands up, our hands need to be higher than his hand. So we want to make sure that our hands are higher to protect our chest. Then we talk about the E, his eyes. Where's his eyes? Obviously, we know his eyes is not going to look at our feet. It's either from our chest down to our hips. That's where he's watching us at. So if I see that he's zoned in on me, hey, it's true man coverage. It ain't press bail. So I got to see his eyes as well. Then we talk about the leverage. The leverage. Now, when we talk about the leverage, we want to know, hey, if he's inside, head up, or outside. Those are the only three places he's going to be when we talk about the leverage. And again, he may be off or he may be pressed. But in this situation here, we work in the press release. Now, we talk about dive. Again, this is one of the 9 releases that we have. Now, the dive release is basically he's going to bring that back foot up and he's going to step outside the framework of this defender here. Now, the defender was completely straddling that line. I would tell him, hey, we're going to step half a man. But right now, he's going to give us a chance to step outside him. So I want to step outside him, bringing that back foot to balance. And when I do bring that back foot to balance, I want to try to take my shoulder and my body towards that away to give him the indication that, hey, I'm speed releasing outside. But once I step outside, then I'm stabbing and I'm attacking that inside shoulder. I'm diving towards that inside shoulder. And as soon as I see him flip his hips inside, I'm releasing back outside. So just to give you a vision of what it looks like on this dive release. I want to step, dive, as soon as they flip the hip, boom, get back on the line. That's what we're trying to get there. That's the reason why we put these guys on the line, because we want to work on getting back on that stem. So again, that was a great release by him, setting this defender up for failure, basically. So we want to just stab outside, stab inside, get back upfield. So that's our dive release when we're trying to get an outside release on a defender. Now, we talked about all these things, and also, we use Excel here to grade the players. So this is one of my grading sheet that I use off Excel that I put up here for an example. As you can see, we have like the formation, play, any tags, and then we got X, H, Y, Z. Those are the players that we have in those positions. Also at the top tabs, you can see what we grade them on. We grade them on alignment, assignment, stand start, release, stem, route, ball security, situation, finish, blocking, lows, penalties, and drops. And off to the far right, that's where we put our footnotes at. So basically, this here, as you can see, this period is red zone period. So what we want to be able to do is know exactly what period we got all this information from. So this is a part of us utilizing Excel. Also, we use PowerPoints for when you talk about plays, putting our plays and stuff together and present it to the guy for the install. Also, we use Huddle here. Got experience in Huddle, got experience in S&Os, Visio. But just want to give you just a little brief touch of some of the things that, I'm doing as far as my teaching that I need to make sure that my guys are ready on the field. But I'm looking forward to this opportunity to come up there to the Steelers and also get around some coaches that can help me grow more and be more of a efficient coach, as I mentioned earlier. But this here is what I have, and I'm looking forward to hearing back from you guys on this great opportunity.